Good morning. My name is Hannah, and I am one of the speech language pathologists who works at CHAT, Life-Changing Speech Therapy. Today we are going to be looking at our book of the week, which is called Giraffes Can't Dance, written by Giles Andre. Giraffes Can't Dance is a great book to focus on comprehension, learning different animals, learning different vocabulary words, and categorization. You can ask so many different comprehension questions. You can talk about animal categories, jungle animals, water animals. You can talk about animals that are tall, animals that are thin, animals that are in the sky, or things that might dance, different things like that, and all categorization skills that work on learning new vocabulary. So let's get started. As a reminder, as you start to read books, remember to emphasize the title, the author, the front of the book, the back of the book, and the pages. It's a very important literacy skill. Giraffes Can't Dance, written by Giles Andre. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. The jungle dance. And this year, when they arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthog started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps did a cha-cha-cha with a very Latin feel. And 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." Poor Gerald. The other animals aren't being so nice to him. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. Look at Gerald. He's starting to be able to dance. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I am dancing. Yes, I am dancing. I am dancing. Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen!" How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. The end. As a reminder, you can talk about you can ask comprehension questions. Just ask questions about the page. You can review the vocabulary words, talk about the different animals you see, and Giraffes Can't Dance, also has a really good rhyming every other line that you can emphasize the rhyming, which is also a big literacy part. Thanks for listening to Chat's Book of the Week, Giraffes Can't Dance. We can't wait to see you next week. Have a wonderful week.